Successful Thinkers, we have a tradition. And that tradition is all guest speaker has to go all the way to the back. So, Kenney, at this time, please let me know how that back door's doing back there. And then we'll have fun after that, right?
Okay.
Oh, no, if you guys feel you're asleep, I'm not going to bring Ann out. You have to fun to be interactive and energized. This is going to be great.
Run.
You can do whatever you want, Ann. And this is the time to shine. You can do whatever you want. Just don't get me kicked out. So, yes, how's the weather over there? So, our guest speaker today, as you can tell, is a great young lady. I met her a few months ago at another event, and we've been talking, and she's great. She actually does a lot of marketing, and that's what she does. And her topic today is going to be what you don't know about target marketing and starting your business. How many of you don't know anything about target marketing? Alright, so let me ask you this question. How many of you brought pen and paper with you today? So at this time I want you to bust out your pen, bust out your paper. You be ready to take some notes. Because at this time we have the young, the energetic, and just because I like her, my great friend, and Kenney!
I'm glad that Eric has energy.
Turn it on.
I know. Okay, there we go. I'm glad that Eric has energy for all of us. He has enough energy for all of us. Okay. I'm not kidding. Okay, it's not.
It has to be closer to your lips or it won't work.
Got it.
Let me turn it up.
It sounded a little buzzy. I wanted to make sure it wasn't buzzy. Okay, so we have to do this. Okay, I needed that. Because, thanks to everybody for coming today. This is it's a beautiful day. Holy smokes, I've never been that loud in my whole life. Not even when I was a cheerleader.
Oh, I didn't know you were a cheerleader. That's awesome.
In high school.
Nice.
Yes.
So can we see some cheerleading moves?
Hell no. Hell no. And you won't be seeing a herky either. Okay. So thanks everybody for coming today. My name is Kenney, and my company is Bullseye Marketing, and I help small business owners find their clients in their local markets. So the first thing I want to do is tell you that target marketing, probably when you read it, is the most boring 2 words in the English language. It should put you to sleep because it sounds so, like target marketing. That's no fun. But you know what? In the end, I'm going to help you to see how target marketing really can be such a core centerpiece of your business and really make a huge difference in your business. So I have given everybody a handout. Did everybody get a handout? I made it easy. It's kind of fill in the blank.
Oh.
Because I don't want anybody to have to think too hard. And at the end, there's some section for you to write down your questions. So I'm going to ask you, how much time do I have?
About 25 minutes or so.
Okay. So if you hold your questions to the end, then I will answer them. And if I can't answer them in the Q&A, then I'll be happy to stay after and answer any questions that you have. You're welcome. Thank you. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you a piece of homework that will help you move your business forward.
All right.
And I will volunteer some of my time to help you all move your business forward.
I love it.
Okay, so I need a couple volunteers. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey.
I'm glad you came. Not you, not this second. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is. Maybe you won't want to volunteer quite yet. In a couple minutes, I'm going to ask for some volunteers to be able to describe their ideal client in 1 or 2 sentences with as much vivid detail as possible. Which means you actually have to listen to me for the next 3 minutes while you're busy thinking. It's hard for, the brain is not designed to do that, but I'll challenge you. Okay, so what is target marketing? In the simplest form, target marketing is about just finding who your ideal client or clients are. And whether that is for a business-to-business or business-to-consumer, it's very simply, who do you want to have be your client? There's 2 sides to it. If you look at the first page, it says demographics is facts. That's what a target market is divided into. When you're trying to think of who your ideal client is, you want to know the demographic and the psychographics of your market. And the demographics is about fact. How old are they? Do they own a home? Do they own a business? Are they the CEO of the business? How big is the business? If they are a consumer, it could be their age, their weight, maybe not their weight. I hope that doesn't exist anymore, actually. It's just a bunch of facts about you. The scary part is that somewhere in America there are 700 data points about you that exist in some marketer's database. That scares me to death. And the internet has made it all way easier. The second part is psychographics. And psychographics is about behavior. And it's mostly about what I call where people live. And I don't mean the address of where they live, but where do they hang out? What websites do they go to? What restaurants do they patronize? What magazines they read? What kind of activities that they participate? All those behavioral things are very useful in helping you develop a profile of who your prospective customer is. Okay, so I want to ask somebody, is there anybody here in 1 or 2 sentences who can describe their ideal customer? Any volunteers? I heard you. I saw your hand go up. Speak up. Because now I got a siren competing with us, so.
I'm saying that I can't guarantee that I'm completely clear about it.
It's okay. Give it a stab. I'm happy.
Okay. So, because our service basically can serve everybody, so I'll focus on people, leaders, and I would like to share with me this great opportunity.
The leader, you mean leaders in their businesses?
No, people that are leaders inside them.
Oh, okay.
People that have leadership characteristics.
That is a great psychographic. That is a great quality to be looking for. She's looking for people who are leaders. And if she refines it a little bit, she'll be able to sort of put some characteristics about what that person looks like. That's great. Anybody else who, yeah, go ahead.
Small and micro businesses where a significant part of the business is provided through appointments, where it is necessary to do a better job of organizing those appointments, and their clients that are setting those appointments could be anybody with either computer or smartphone access.
The person who is setting the appointment is like a salesperson?
No, person setting the appointment could be any consumer of the service that the provider, who is our customer, is providing. So it could be a masseuse,
okay, got it.
doctor,
Yeah.
chiropractor,
The foot massage
real
place that's
estate.
right. Yeah. The foot massage place that's right
karate
by.
dojo, whatever.
Yeah, got it. I love that. Okay, that's great. So it's people who have lots of appointments to fill. Perfect. Got it. Anybody else? Yeah, go ahead, Avi.
I'm looking for small business owners that have been in business less than 5 years, have less than 10 employees,
Yeah, good.
and that's my contact.
Yeah, that's good. I have to tell you, one of my things that I'm looking for is I want to have a business owner who's not a new business owner. because I had a meeting with a very, very experienced business owner the other day, but he was new in the business where I have expertise, which is in the self-storage industry. And guess what? I couldn't tell him anything. He was so new that what he was, what he was telling me about his marketing, I wish him luck, and I'm really honestly, because I'm ready to be wrong. Honestly, if he has a better way, good for him. But somebody who's new and has had no experience in the business and really not made any mistakes, that's not a good customer. So thank you all for sharing those kind of detailed points about your ideal customer, because that's exactly what you all should be thinking about. Everything flows from there. So, okay, I've got to change the page. So why is it important? It saves you time and money. If you know the direction, the target market that you're going after, guess what? You start to do my favorite thing, which is I like to torture media salespeople. I'll tell you why. Because I can't tell you how often I get promised all kinds of fluff. All kinds of, we have this, we have that. I had a meeting, and the guy wouldn't even tell me how many visitors to their website they got, how many, what are the types of people who are coming to visit their website. And he wanted to charge, like a $300 setup fee, $75 a month, obligate a one-year contract. $75 a month, not a lot of money. But I didn't even know. I mean, there's so many other places for me to go advertise my client's business. How do I know? Okay, so it saves you time and headache if you know very specifically who you are looking for. What kind of customer are you looking for? Then you can start asking all the hard questions, and then you can also say no and feel good about it. Because I don't know, has anybody ever read an ad in like some specialty publication and you thought, ugh, it didn't work? Or you did some advertising and you thought, what was I thinking? I'm advertising to the wrong person. That is why you need to know, because once you know, everything else flows from there. And if you're like me, where I develop my own products, now I can start to customize products because I know who it is I'm selling to. And I know that they have problems that I can solve. And then I'm not spending time dealing with people who I can't help or who are never going to be my customer. Now, here's my thing about one-on-ones. You want to make it easy for somebody to help you. And the easiest way you can make it easy for somebody to help you if you know specifically what you are looking for. What kind of customer are you looking for? And maybe they can't refer a customer to you, but maybe they can refer a networking group to you, or they can share an article with you. You want to make it easy in your one-on-ones so that you don't barf. Because if you only spend 4 or 5 minutes, a couple minutes describing what you do and who you're looking for, then you got, in an hour coffee, you got another 55 minutes for you to find out from them what they're looking for. And then you have a very, very successful one-on-one. You are succinct and clear and crisp about what you're looking for, and so are they. And we're creating an army. Does anybody here have more than one salesperson in their organization? A couple people.
Not yet.
Not a lot, right?
Not yet.
Well, the idea is that we're trying to grow our army, our throwing a pebble in a pond and it ripple. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to increase the amount of people who have awareness. And successful thinkers is also more than just awareness and sharing your business. It's also about supporting one another. And that's why when you have a target market and it's well defined, it's really easy to support that person. We are busy, busy, busy people. I don't have time to sort of guess who might be good for me to talk to send your way, or what information to send your way. If I have to guess at it, it makes it harder. And it makes me less likely, and in fact, it probably makes it unlikely that I'm going to try and help you. So when you know your target, it makes it easier for everybody to help you, and when you know theirs, it makes it easier for you to help them. Okay. Then it makes your marketing, the other thing about target market is, okay, so it saves you money, saves you headache, makes your one-on-ones more focused. It also makes your marketing relevant. Because if you're targeting 65-year-old Mercedes driving grandmas, you want to know a few things about them. You want to know, maybe they're not on Facebook, or maybe they are on Facebook trying to meet 65-year-old Mercedes driving grandpas. I don't know. But when you are working on your marketing and you're crafting a message, or so it's crafting a marketing message, it's also creating materials that are relevant to them, and you have to know that your market is so that you can have messages that are relevant to them, to have problems that you share with them that they go, oh yeah, that's me. You want them to know that you can help them with the problem that they have. And also, you don't want to waste your time helping them with problems that you can't solve, that are out of your bailiwick. That's actually where your one-on-ones come in, because then if you can't solve a problem, because I like to be able to say no, but I know somebody who can do X, Y, Z if they're not directly in my target. Now, let me ask you a question. Is anybody afraid of defining their target? Because here's what a lot of small business owners want. They want the check writing, breathing kind of customer. Right? I don't care. I mean, you know, we've all been there. I want the kind that can write a check and then breathe. After that, I kind of don't care. We've all been in that situation. A small business owner, you know, when your cash flow is you know, you're kind of like, I don't know. You're like, write me a check, and then sometimes you're thinking, man, when can I get the check back? Because they may turn into the nightmare customer. When you know, it's a little bit about, this is as woo-woo as I'm ever going to get. But when you clear the space for the wrong kind of customer, you open the space for the right kind of customer. And if you are saying no, it's like going on a date. Because, you know, who's married? Anybody married? Did you marry the first one that you dated? Are you glad that you didn't? Well, okay, Kate. All right. But you got good on number 2, so you're good, okay? You're good. I think a few of you on the first, you know, when you dated somebody, you're thinking now, oh, thank God I got away from that person. You're grateful that you got away. Marketing is like dating. You gotta meet them a few times. You gotta, you know, see if they're the right ones. And when you're focused on your marketing and you're very specific about what you like, then, am I almost done? Oh, you're swatting a fly. Okay. Thank you. So when you know your market, who your target market is, and you make the marketing relevant to them, and you clear the space to open up to the right kind of customers, overall, you're just going to be happier because you're servicing the customers that you want to service, the ones that you really like. And they're going to have good experience with you because you're happy to have them as your client. You're not resenting them as your client. You know, frankly, I've had a couple, you know, you charge the PITA fee, you know, the PITA fee, pain in the ass.
Beep.
Oh, okay, beep it out.
That's okay. We understand what that means here.
The A star star.
A star star, yeah.
A star star.
A dollar sign, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
You're going. I typed the ASS word into the SF gate the other day, and they like said no, and I'm like, oh dang. So if you open up the space to say no, so that you can say yes to the people that you want. It's also like dating, where you've been dating the wrong guy and the right guy finally asks you out.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God, I'm gonna break up with that other one.
That's cute.
Or ditch him at the bar. Oh, wait. So I'm going to make it really easy to define your target market. You only need to ask yourself 3 questions. The first one is, who do I have as a customer that I want more of? Who do I want more of? The second one is, who do I have as a client that I want less of? Less of. It's not that you don't like them, it's just that they may be more trouble than they're worth. The last one is, who do I not have as a client that I want to be my client? Who do I not have as a client? I want to say one thing about social media and the internet, because I kind of skipped over this part. You know, there's a lot of discussion about social media, and because I will talk about traditional media a lot, because I come from a traditional media background. But social media is so important, but it's still the media, it's just a channel. That's all it is. It's not the end of it. It makes it easier to talk. It also makes them easier to talk to you. It makes it easier, you know, I don't know about you, but I've shown up places and known more than the salesperson. Now I'm just asking that salesperson to give me a reason to buy. So it doesn't matter. Target market is still a core fundamental practice for your marketing. It does not matter how much the media has changed. And it doesn't matter that there's a lot of what we call more inbound marketing where people are coming to you and you're changing your marketing. It still doesn't change the fact that you have to know what direction you're going. And that leads me to my last point. So I came down here a couple weeks ago and I brought my directions and I went on Google Earth to look and see what driveway to come in here. And everybody who got in the car today knew where they were going. They knew specifically where they were going. They had to, because otherwise, then you're just driving. I mean, once in a while that's good if you want to blow off steam, but in general that's not a way to run your business. So if you will take the time to direct your car, then why aren't you doing it for your marketing? That is what you should be doing for your marketing. You owe it to your business. The clearer you are about what you're doing, it makes it easy for people, and it makes them also not just help you, but also buy from you. When you're clear, they can be clear. So here's your homework. If you, by Monday, if you want to send me, you know, a little paragraph about your target market, I'll be happy to look at it, make some comments on it, and send it back to you. I'd be happy to do that. That is, now don't expect me to do it in a day. I'm hoping to have a tidal wave. I'm hoping to have a flood. But at the bottom of the flyer, or my handout, is my email address. You're more than welcome to write a paragraph, tell me who's your target market, and I'll make some comments on it, and then that way you'll be able to go on your one-on-one and be a spiffy conversationalist, because you now have a really clear picture of who your target market is. So thank you everybody for having me come today and speak, and I would love to answer questions. Don't everybody rush me at one time. No questions? Thank you. Question, Ron?
Yes. If I'm doing a one-on-one in the future, is it too formal to have my target market written out so I can say this is my target market and I'll explain a little bit more about who they are?
No, I think actually you could do like a one sheet and have information. There's a group called B2B Power Exchange, which I've been to a bunch of their meetings. We used to do one sheets, which were just about, you know, who we were looking, it tells us a little bit like, you know, it's like a news story. It's a little bit about who, where, what, why, and when, and how. Maybe not that much, but yeah, I think it's fine. Especially because, I'll just say one thing, sometimes you have to trot it out to see if it works. Sometimes you got to tweak it a little bit. And sometimes you have to sort of say, is this right? And then you get to know it better. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes, I went. I'm sorry, okay, whatever.
Whatever. Somebody say whatever.
No, I'm going to say the hot-looking girl from Prepaid Legal. Okay, well, you're going to need to put that that name on your forehead, okay?
What was the question?
She was saying that prepaid legal is now called Legal Shield. Okay, so did you have a question?
Yeah, actually, now the question, I would like to use your best practice, to use your suggestions to help my one-on-one market to find their target market.
Yeah, good. I love that. That's great. I love that. Give me a little credit and then we're good. She wanted to know if she can use my little formula to help for your prepaid legal client, for your...
No, when I do one-on-one, a lot of times you ask people, describe me your, perfect client, so you have to.
Yeah.
And they don't always know.
Yeah, those 3 questions at the end, you're more than welcome to use those. I haven't copyrighted them yet, but maybe I need to. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
So I hear a lot of people say, oh, you got to know your niche market and target market. Are they talking about the same thing or is it something different?
Yes, they are talking about the same thing.
Okay.
The niche is when you really drill down. And I have to tell you, the reason that I really started focusing about a niche market is that because I saw so many other people who were very successful and they had a broader market, but they had originally started with a single niche. And they made themselves indispensable in the niche. And once they made themselves indispensable, other people were like, what about me? What about me? What about me? And one last thing I should say is, you don't need to have just one profile of client, you should have 2 or 3. Because realistically, you don't just have one type of client, you have probably 2 or 3 types of clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more question.
Okay, anyways, anybody else? Oh, yes, Kate. What is my target market? Thank you. Very good. I'll give you your $10 later on.
Oh, wow!
My target market is small businesses who need to get clients from a very, very, very tight geography. Their clientele works or lives within something like, a 6 zip code space or within the city. They need clients who are close by and who usually deliver their service what I call the last mile. Like, you can order a lot of stuff on the web, but pretty much you gotta have the pizza guy show up at your house with the pizza. Because the last time I checked, they're not shoving it through a T1 line. So that's the kind of client I look for, somebody who has to deliver their service in a very tight geography, and usually a professional service, not so much retail or restaurants, but a professional service that's vague and people need trust to build trust with. Yes?
You just mentioned that that's your target market, working with people who provide professional services.
Yes.
Right? So do you do only the marketing, or do you also provide additional information on that specific geographic, people who live or work in certain companies?
Yeah.
Would you provide some sort of contact information, or would you actually just go ahead and do the marketing yourself for us?
There's 2 parts of it, which is called the list. And you gotta have a list, because you gotta have the marketing, but you have to know who it's going to. And who it's going to is the list. And you can buy the list, there's a ton of different ways.
Okay, buy the list. Would the list include any type of address or phone numbers or anything, emails?
As I said, there are 700 data points. It's scary. It's scary what's available. So yeah, we can talk some more.
Okay.
I'll be happy to talk to you about that. Okay. The posters that are on the table right there? Yeah.
Before I hire you, how would I know which data points to select when I go to my list?
Well, I'm not a list broker, and on the back...
No, I mean, your advice on if I were to hire full-time marketing.
We would have a conversation beforehand, and we'd figure out what exactly the project is. And also, on the back, in the resources section, I gave you Info USA, which is like the list king. They used to take all the information out of the phone books. Thank God for the internet. You can find all kinds of information about people. Scary down to like the street they live on. It's kind of scary. Okay, I'm going to close out. One last thing. If you want to know why I became an entrepreneur, it would be because of my dad, Bill Kenney. He is a lawyer, and he is an entrepreneur, and he's 75 years old, and he has this little poster company, because he sends out these posters every year to his friends and family in a little mailing, and he gave them one of him, which is Winston Churchill's quote, which is great for entrepreneurs, which is never, never give up. And so I have this beautiful calligraphy poster here, and if you'd like to come and pick one up and put it over and remind yourself that you never give up and you push forward despite all odds, then please take one, because I'd be happy to. It's his pride and joy, and he cracks me up because he's always like, do you want to take a poster? But he is my multifaceted dad who is really, he's my mentor because he's been a very successful businessman, and everything I know is, a lot of it has to do with him. So, and yes, put that on tape because I'm emailing it to him. Thank you.
How about a YouTube link?
Perfect, and I'm going to send it. I'm gonna put it on some kind of little SD card and give it to him for his birthday.
Great. It's gonna be a big one. It's HD.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much. If you have maybe more questions.
Let's give it another big round of applause. That was awesome. Okay, next talk softer.
Tone it down.
I highly suggest that each and every one of you, I'll just talk softer for once, how's that? I highly suggest each and every one of you set up a one-on-one with Ann Kenney. She's a big-time paid-forward person, too many things to mention, but she's done so many great things for us. So set up those one-on-ones with her and everybody else as well, too. At this time, let's welcome back Len Walter. He's going to close the meeting with upcoming events and announcements. Len! Testing, testing.
First, didn't Ann do a great job? Yeah. And do we agree to, trying to remember the tagline there, push against all odds, never give up, never give up, never give up, and